Interesting. Okay. I think we're gonna look for buy side. Favor that. Yeah. I'm looking at this wick here. It was created inside the new week opening gap. Get above that with the liquidity void that gets held. This candle runs that low but holds the new week opening gap, then gets negated immediately. Back-to-back volume imbalances suspension block created in line with the old first presented as well from Friday. So yeah, we're going to favor that. We're going to look for Friday's first presented. Pretty much the low of the opening range also. On a 15-minute, we do have a 15-minute suspension block here and here. A little bit of a tough read, but we're going to favor higher delivery. Now let's work lower here. I do want that new week opening gap. What's today's first presented? There it is. I don't know if I would label that. Oh wait, that's the 5. I'm tripping. Okay. Suspension block there as well. This might be actually pretty choppy. Can't lie. But the more we look at it, it's pretty mixed as far as where price can go. That's just going to be 10 o'clock there. You said we really expect Friday's first presented to hold. It's just moving a little too wonky for us to want to go in right away. But really, this, we might actually do that. It's a 5. I think we're going to go in right away. Showing enough. So this is definitely a risk entry here. No real confirmation. We're just going in with the idea that the narrative is already established bullishness. This is going to be a protected low, right? This low here runs into a fair value gap into the inversion, and then it creates the actual break in structure through this high. Get a retracement into its rejection block, pretty much fully refilling in that rejection block. Bodies never can get inside of the wick, and we hold the 15-minute, displacing again, not breaking structure though, right? Equal highs. So we're going to play off the setup that here we get to break structure. We can see one pull back into a discount, and then we'll look for the expansion. We actually wouldn't want to see that volume imbalance. Okay, so like that, we'll be here. Pretty ugly, right? So we're going to go lower risk just because price is not moving well right now. Ideally, as we enter, we'd want to see pretty much what we saw here at 10. So I'm hoping it gives us one more run like that, where we can wick into our entry and then close above the actual volume imbalance. But today's first presented is also a suspension block, so we could see that just trying to hold. And now that we've already hit here once, if it wants to just accelerate, it'd be understandable. Unfortunate, but it would make sense why. Yeah, that 4 hour we looked at. Hey, excuse me. Right inside of that, right, the 4 hour midpoint is here. This is the 4 hour. So we're holding that too, which is why we may miss that. 10 o'clock may have been the only opportunity. We'll see. It can stay a little bit choppy. Give us one more chance. We break structure and just run. I don't really want to, like, look at that. Goodness. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Break structure. What do we have there? Midpoint. We'll still leave that. We'll look for high resistance delivery today. MNQ had a Newswick. See, sometimes MNQ, though, the minis are, they don't move true sometimes, so. You always have to rely on just the main. That's insane. Yeah, that's why I just don't like the micros too much. They do move a little different. Let's see if we can negate that. If we stay above it, right, first closure above, true break-in structure there. If we want entry, we'd actually prefer negation here. See this candle run right back into the range. Make another attempt lower. We don't mind that. If we stay above, close above it, leave an inefficiency, which I don't think we will. Okay, so no inefficiency will be left. That's good. But if we do close above it now, especially after doing that, that might even be worse because that's an immediate rebalance there. So if this candle kind of retracts all the way, closes above, we will expect price to then just run from there. Kind of like that. Let's see how we close. All right, so negation. We'll see if we can get lower now, or if it wants to get right back above. There it is. Right, if we're going to be bullish, it'll be quick because, as we said, immediate rebalance here. This candle perfectly retest the previous candle's high. Wasn't able to get back above the buy side, but it did hold this swing point, right? The wick. So the last wick was respected as the discount with the body. Body tells the story. So we'll see if we can close above again. If we did, we then at that point would expect price to try to run. Still would like to see 2 closures for true confirmation. But the way we're holding currently here within this delivery, that's pretty bullish. There it is again. So now we want to see, right? Either we should just run, or if it's going to retest that, maybe wick into the wick here, but the body should try to hold the actual buy side now. Since we negated it the first time, second time trying, if it wants to be bullish, now it should release a little bit. Yeah, I was looking back, like some of these candles, like, goodness, like, what is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? That's not a real candle. Even these wicks. Insane price delivery. So we said, if we're going to hit the wick, close above the buy side, that's a true break in structure now. Then we would expect price to release, which means more than likely missed entry. Okay. So we don't actually want to get above it. What's the 5 minute? 5 minute it did, so let's see if the higher time frame wants to confirm that at all. 2 minute hasn't. Still holding the wick though. So right, that wick is going to be a stronger discount than the buy side. We'll just see consolidation here. But if we're going to be bullish, the wick will actually hold and create the acceleration. Look where we opened there. Right on it. Oh. Okay, so we get a swing high. I have a feeling it's going to be like yesterday. Low motion. Want to get a drink? Oh, shoot. Might be the confirmation here. Right at 10:10, 5 minute. Yep. Okay. So it's going to release 10 o'clock. Seems to be the only entry there. We could look for re-entry here. I think would make the most sense. What's that? That's just not the best risk to award. Let's assume we want at least 1 to 2. Gets us. There's a little suspension block here, maybe. New day opening gap. We'll see if we want to hold there in the short term. Okay. That held nicely. I actually don't mind. Let's try. We're going to follow it. Let's see if we can't stay bullish. Same risk pretty much. Might be a little less. Just more of a 1 to 2 here because we're going to aim for the suspension block. So what we'd actually want to see here is we could either run the buy side or not. It doesn't really matter. If we did run the buy side though, we want to see it kind of wick and then return. And then we'll look for the next acceleration. Actually, I don't like how we're delivering though. That's pretty efficient. So we have the wick, consolidate, midpoint, leave, hidden volume balance. That becomes the discount. Perfect there. Yeah, if we stay efficient here, actually, we won't get that entry either. We're just going to use this area within price. Perfect closure on the buy side. As you said, we'll see if we close above it. Hmm. We end up anchoring it down with those candles to that buy side level, and then we accelerate through the new day opening gap. We're gonna have to use that also. As you said, I don't think we're gonna give that deep retracement. Everything in here has already really been efficiently delivered. This is kind of the lowest I would see. Maybe this wick, if anything. We're actually going to remove that because if we did come all the way back in, I'd rather just look for a confirmation entry. So we'll look for something else to re-enter on there. So for now, we'll wait. Now that we did clear that buy side and we're inside the new day opening gap, we could see price wanting to clear some of these lows, right? To kind of just stay range bound. Like let's say we don't truly want to get too bullish. We could just stay stuck here in this range a little bit. So yeah, we'll wait actually and see. Ideally for us to feel comfortable, like if I wanted to get long, I'd actually want to see, I'd want to see us accelerate from here. So I'll kind of leave this area alone, reclaim that buy side level, breaking structure, and then actually closing above the new day opening gap. Then we would use that buy side and we would just use this buy side as our protection. So we wouldn't want to see that level be retested. This here should have done the work of delivering on that level. And now once we move away from that, we should be done. So we have just closed above. As we said, if we can get a break in structure, closure above new day opening gap, we'll look to enter there. If not, we'll wait for a pullback, see if we can't get a confirmation entry lower. Because, right, we're kind of getting into that territory where easy trendline liquidity here, kind of in both. To where if we're going to be bullish, we kind of need to move away quickly, or else there's a good chance we run back for some of these lows now, especially after clearing buy side. Yeah, look at that. 5 minute couldn't even actually. Bodies didn't get near that at all. 15, same. Even the 2. Oh wait, 2 negated. We'll see if we can hold from here. And this here is just a mini balance price range that we're looking at with the hidden volume balance inside of it. So right, it's just a PD array that we're using. Because as we follow price, right, this has all been balanced. We clear that high, we consolidate. This wick would become the newest discount. So as we leave it here, right, notice we have no wick to the downside. We create this wick here, we open lower and traded lower first. Right, so creating that balance range as well as we then close above it. So right now we're holding that perfectly. As we said, if we can break structure now, get above that new day opening gap, we'll use the buy side for entry. Trading it since London, oh my. Gross. Did you go down then or what? Short and low? Or just multiple entries, you're saying? Ooh. You see if the office was open, babe? Too early. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. So we said, right, we could have entered there. I just want more of a confirmation, actually. Ooh, hopefully that was not it there. We want the breaking structure and then the pullback. And we're just going to use that balance price range as we're talking about there. All right, let's see if we close above. Want to see closure above and a breaking structure. And Q, no high yet. Shoot, don't like that. All right. This is getting a little bit more like a consolidation profile here after clearing external range buy side. See if we can get away from that. Early shorts, nice, nice. Little new day opening gap, short. Okay, yeah. A little consolidation more, it looks like here. We'll see if we can hold this again. If we do, as you say, more than likely it's just going to be consolidating at that buy side. And Q, gross. I mean, look at that. I'm glad you're on the ES train, see? So much more relaxing. Peace of mind. Right, don't get me wrong, NQ is fun sometimes, but at the stage we are now, we're all about comfort, calmness. So obviously NQ, a little heavier, slightly mixed now. SMT, right? This high runs that high, this high falls short of that high. Various swing. I'm almost tempted to, if we can actually get below this level, the current kind of balance price range we're looking at, I'm not opposed to using volume imbalance for a quick little ends model here. Pretty small range this morning, right? Yesterday it was consolidating, but we had a larger range. Today it's actually kind of a small range as well. So we might just go for like a little 5-handle move. Clear and validation, yup. No crazy back and forth. The allure of NQ is just, it just moves a lot, right? So I feel like especially newer people equate more movement with more money when that's really not true at all. Now, if you just like the way it moves, that's fair. But if you're using it because you think it can make you more, that's a bad idea. Yeah, so we're looking more consolidating here. NQ actually is trying to move. As we said, that trend line was bound to get ran out, so that's not surprising. It is surprising that ES is actually getting kind of held, though. Because I really want to use that new day opening gap, but if NQ keeps falling here and rejects, ES is just going to rip through. But I do like that. I do like that. That's a high risk entry. We'll do it. We're going to go low risk because, so low actual risk as far as monetary, because in my opinion, higher risk entry, just less probable. I have a feeling that we're going to just try to hit that new day opening gap and dump. So I want to be involved before, whoa. Okay. Sure. Well, now we're definitely going to secure ends model off that because Mike, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. Do you? I'm just fucking with you. Don't fade the boy. So I did say, hey, let me throw you in real quick before we go. Positive slippage is insane. I love that. So our stop loss, we probably won't even move it because that's nothing. If we get stopped, that's okay. We'll love to partial though. Any partial, straight to break even, no doubt. And Q should just dump. Right now it's time to dump. As we said, if we were not going to get higher off of that balanced price range, we're just going to come back into this range. With that movement, we don't want to even. We'll break even now, actually. That's fine. With that entry, great entry there. So break even, risk free, love it. Everything else is extra. And we're just going to close first presented fully there. We said we won't aim for too much. Just a little ends model this morning. Actually longer because that slippage was insane. Don't play us there though. Thank you. Beautiful. My exit your stop loss? Or you lower down, Mike? Well, what's your entry though? I'm just curious. Like, did you enter here or did you get a lower entry so you could hold longer? Oh, okay. Nice. And Q, that's a beautiful run right there. And see, that's the allure. People see that and they're like, oh my, if I was short, bro, imagine how much I make. That was a beautiful. That was just so beautiful. I love when things work out exactly as they should. And right, as we said, if we would have hesitated, because I had the expectation that when we left the balanced price range here, that we were not going to want to give us a really quick return. So we got entered perfectly. Then it closes below. Now it will release. Right back into today's first presented to complete the cycle. Call it a morning. Wait, don't talk too soon. That's how you play yourself. Trust. Can't waste a magnet. We'll pull it out though. Gotta have the feel for it. You missed what? Were you trying to get short? Shoot. I mean, it could come back up now. I want first presented. So like say we fell short, retraced, we could still actually hold. But I think we just, yeah. Like more than likely we hold the most recent premium and get into the first presented. At that point, I would need to see more of a confirmation if I was going to re-enter short all the way back up here. It was very quick. That's kind of why we adjusted. We had a sensation or... Yeah. That was kind of just the expectation there, so... We'll say NQ actually helped there in that sense, right? So that's why I do like looking at NQ. If NQ wasn't moving that aggressively, I wouldn't have went short where I did. NQ leading the way is what led us to believe, kind of understand that ES, if it did fall, was going to fall quickly because it was getting stuck. Right, so just imagine, right, if someone's holding it here, as soon as that floor gives, it's going to be a quick movement. Looks like we might get stopped here in profit, but that's all right. Just short, unfortunately, of first presented. So as we said, if we do fall short like that, I would be okay looking to enter if I wasn't already entered, because we already entered and took a nice partial. I actually won't. I'll give our stop break even exactly, so a little bit more room. We're okay with that. Right, great entry, so we can give it some space a little bit. Suspension block. Is that a question? Or like, wait. Oh, okay. No, you're good. I just had to make sure that's what you were asking. So like for this, we'd want this to now hold as the premium. Held us as a discount, falls through. That then should hold us if we don't want to come all the way back up. If we do, right, we'll just run through it, of course. I think NQ got its first presented. It got new day opening gap, shoot. So yeah, we're looking for new day opening gap here to try to hold. Fell just short of that first presented. Unfortunate. All good. Had a great partial there. Stopped in profit after slippage entry. Not complaining at all. 10:30 morning range. You know, that's actually, we're about to get, hold up. Opening range high. Now we actually flip it. Shoot, we might have missed it. Ah, it's going to be it. It's just going to tap and bounce. Shoot, yep. Ah, God damn it. Just too slow. Right, we wanted to be entered there. I was just too slow. I didn't get in time before that candle closed. If we're going to give that back up or reclaim that area, that should just accelerate us. Wait, what in the... Is that a wick? Am I tripping right now? Bruh. Am I tripping? Tell me I'm tripping, yeah? What is that? All right, we're done. We're done today. We're done. I'm done, bro. Profit, we take it. I don't know what in the hell. We're good. We're good. No thanks. No thanks. What the? I'm not speechless too often. That's actually that can't be right. Hold on. I'm about to go to like Robin Hood and fucking. Actually, let's just look at. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fake candle. Fake candle. That's kind of insane though. Why would it do that? See, now it's gonna mess up my chart, bro. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. I'm gonna have to do this every time. I'm pissed. We're done though. That's it. After we take one more long. I mean, if it's fake, that's fine. I'm not sure what the hell that was, but yeah, that was insane. Probably just a glitch on TradingView then. So as we said, expectation was as soon as we reclaimed here, that is what would be held. Closed above it, hit it. This candle wicked it, and then it ran. Boom, boom, bang. Suspension block. I do like the idea. No way we come back for that low, right? Have that be the stop loss. Here's our entry like that. 500 handle stop. That is frustrating because I can't now reset my chart, bro, because it does that. God damn it. Again. Okay, no, we're done. We're done. I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, the entry is valid. I don't like, I can't trust that. Like, what are we doing? Right, we would have entered there. Hmm. Okay, we can't enter. We can't. Like, SPY. Did the SPY give it to us? I'm curious. It did. See, what the hell? Trade SPY? All right, well, it's just getting a little weird. So we'll be done today. Not sure what to make of that. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, but the thing is, if it's not, like, I don't know if those are real moves. That's what's weird. If that was showing on everything, it doesn't make sense, but it's like, it's not. Oh. Yeah, that's very weird. What's Ninja Trader look like? True, that is. Yeah, they're getting the craziest entries of all time. He entered here. Look at that. That was like 500 handles. Look where it went, though. That's what's insane to me. Like, that's what we've been looking for how long? It went right into it. Hmm. Very interesting. And of course, I can't fix the damn screen. Yeah, we'll watch. We'll hang out a few more minutes, but no trades. We got our short. We'll be content with that. Better pull up Ninja Trader real quick. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what the Twitter sphere is saying this morning. Let's see what the squad is telling us. Twitter also confused. Yeah, we're cooked. Something crazy coming. Perfectly into that suspension block, as we say, right? That's the last premium before external range that will always hold if we don't want to get external range. Oh my god, bro. Pissing me off. Anti, he's been here, hasn't he? Or am I tripping? I swear he's been here. Oh, that's him. He's just a silent assassin. He's the real Shadow. Shadow. What I'm saying is, man, just in the darkness. I'm really curious if like people that had limits, I wonder if they got entered there. That's just what I want to know. Right, Anti and Mike, founding fathers. You guys be on Mount Rushmore with me. It's good long M. Mm-hmm. 30, 50, 80. Yes, sir. Money. Inversion, volume imbalance, or suspension block. Suspension block here. All right, that should hold. As you said, today's been very efficient, actually. So pretty easy to read. We're just going to hold every discount. So as we break structure here, same exact thing we saw here. Right, the wick becomes the discount that holds the whole time. That wick should now be the discount that just holds, anchored to the buy side. Look at the body, perfect. So we should just keep going. Let's go to a higher time frame. Same idea, kind of last higher time frame premium, 15-minute there. We might throw one more here, actually, if we close above, which we just did. All right, let's try one more for today. God damn it, bro. Accept this damn thing. Mad annoying. We won't aim much, right? We want to end with profit still today. So, oh my God, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna use that 1 minute there. Tight stop, as we said, we don't really want to get back much. Price has been efficient. That low should hold. We'll just go for a little ends model. One contract too. Not doing nothing crazy. Just like that. Just trying to get kind of like that last contract we missed here on the short. See if we can't make up for it. Going higher real quick. So right, we do have this suspension block, which maybe we should have used that. We're asking for a little bit much. We're asking for the 1 minute fair value gap. Stop loss below the most recent swing low. Might just want to hold this though, suspension block. Shoot. See if that just holds. Just this one, really. So I didn't try. I'm not sure about the wick. That's just what throws me out. This one we would have just missed. And like this one, right? I just don't know if we would have been entered there. I wanted to enter there. But it's hard to actually know if that's a true wick entry or not. So now we'll just continue to follow it. I do trust him though. That's kind of why we're just expecting the bullishness to continue. Hey, shoot. Okay. We're just demanding a little much. Do we break structure there? I want to see if we do. We did. Oh, can't do that. I forget. Gonna leave entry for now. Real eyes. Oh, earlier, yeah. Yeah, 1 minute was. I was like the 15 more. We were going to try to use the higher time frame one. That was within first presented. And it might not be such a bad idea. Don't you cry. Oh, got long earlier too. Nice. Holding through 10, so you probably got a good release too. Might just keep going here. Ah, missed our chance. All right. Immediate, just a suspension block. So we were looking for just a little bit more, right? We wanted to get the actual fair value gap here. Just gave us better risk to reward. Right idea, no execution. Surprisingly, NQ kind of getting stuck there. Yes, leaving, running, NQ not quite yet. Should see that hold there. Don't. It's time for you to join. Yes, M, that's a sign. No more NQ. Such a bad idea. Nice, there's the release. We said pretty textbook delivery today. I would think so. I would think so. See that last rejection block. Let's go to like an hourly. What's that wick? It's gonna be here. Check that out. So I think we have at least, maybe not then, because that's the high. I would say at least midpoint of that wick. Oh, so yeah, midpoint of the wick, right there. But that's the 1 hour wick rejection block. We've already hit it perfectly. 1 hour high right there. So we could try to wick that high, and then even reject from there in theory. We'll go. We'll try to get this final. As you said, we're just gonna follow it. It's been bullish all morning. Wick holds, suspension block. Wick holds, break structure, 1 minute. Oof, I was hoping we held here and then try to get into the lower quadrant. Break this into quadrants. So that fair value gap is the lower quarter. We were trying to enter there, but oof, it's just going to close above. Sheesh. Bullish as can be. We'll leave it now. And Q getting stuck. If we get up there into our exit, that'll be all for today. It is high M, but one thing, right, is that as long as it's still creating logical discounts, right, you're not necessarily chasing. I feel like that's something that kind of prevents people from trying to still long as price moves, or at least I know for me anyways. Like, right, as it's already moving, you're thinking, well, it's too far gone, but as long as it's still creating the discounts, there's no real need to not trust it. Because price isn't overextended, right? If you look at the run itself, sure. But you have to look to the left and understand, right, we've already spent a lot of time over there. So like as we push through and create these large ranges, we don't need to always create or give large pullbacks. So we actually just, oh, we didn't. Okay, so we fell short. We're going to leave this and see if we can't get entry. And Q ends up getting above that wick. It should just run. That's what's getting held right now. If we want this entry, we actually wouldn't mind. And Q, slight pullback. Into this at least. Very tight stop. 2 handles. So that's why we can go 2 contracts. We break through this high, this will be a potential order block. Hey. Did not want to give it to us, damn. All right. Closure above, breaking structure. God damn it, bro. That becomes a breakaway. I'm going to leave this actually. Unless we fully push through our exit. I said this might just be an order block though that holds us. No wick to the down or the upside. Displacement through it, leaving the fair value gap perfectly aligned. We could try something crazy and just use that real quick. And just trust every structure holds. All right, we'll go here. We're just going to try to follow that. Been pretty bullish, so we're just not going to fight that. Stop loss here will end day slightly in profit. All right, so we're still keeping the stop loss below profit generated this morning so far. We'll just go low. Ends model. NQ got above the wick. Entry is also a suspension block on a 5-minute. So that's why we're entering there. Using a 5-minute suspension block high for entry and then using the 1-minute structure for the stop. Right. That's also the 5-minute low. So we're pretty much just looking for the 5-minute. Extremely tight stop. Nah. Hidden volume imbalance here. The anchor to the low of the 15. We might have missed that. That'd be unfortunate. Hit our entry perfectly there. But now, as you said, we're trying to hold the hidden volume imbalance. We break structure, we'll be done. So at this point, we need entry before these equal highs get cleared. If they get cleared first, even if it doesn't close above, we'll be done there. Because ideally, I want to be entered and then look to run the equal highs and go break even right away. So if we run the equal highs first, there's a chance then we could try to pull back to target a low. We want to see a quick wick into that fair value gap. There's equal lows now. We want to actually be involved there. We are involved. With how small our stop loss is, if we're offsides, we should be taken out fairly quickly. Positive slippage, so even taking the stop now is better than it was expected. Very small risk, love that. So regardless, now we're going to end in profit on the day. That was below midpoint. That can become a premium. Especially, right, we struggle to get above it. So if we don't get stopped right away, we need to see negation of this candle here. If not, it might just actually run right into our stop real quick here. As you said, ideally for negation, we get back above the order blocks high. Best case would be all the way above this. I don't know if that's pretty aggressive though. If we hold that midpoint back to back, we'll for sure look for stop. Oh yeah, okay. So stop expected now. Same idea in NQ, right? We held that twice. Closed below it, respected it. Probably another move lower. 1 minute fair value gap becomes a premium now. We inverted this 1 minute. Right, even with the tiny stop, still pretty minuscule range. Clear the equal lows, see if it wants this low. It's also why I like ES, right? You could have very precise stop losses. So now that's simply returning into a premium. So not good for us unless we close above it. Right, this could reject hard, fall lower. Matter of fact, we can cut risk more. So at this point, pretty much no risk, right? So we're comfortable with whatever happens now. Lovely. I'd like to partial, but it's like, that's just not enough to partial. We're still going to go 5 panels right at midpoint. So it'll just be a full pool here. If we're on sides, of course. NQ trying to get lower. So if NQ falls, right, ES should fall also. As we said, breaking structure. Stop loss will get moved up. I want to, I really do want a partial, but it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make, 2.5 handles is insane to partial. Just can't do that. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. No, we can't. No, we can't. We're good. Break even. Now we're chilling. Full pull, as we said. Should get there. Yep. 100% win rate. Yes, 100% win rate. Now it's time. Magnet never lost. Bang. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Get us out. Hello? Thank you. Bloop. Shmoney. Right there was a perfect, oh, you took it, M? Love that. I was about to say, that's a perfect example of trusting the bias, okay? And you're not chasing. We weren't chasing there. Yes, price had obviously expanded a large amount, but we're inverting premiums here, okay? Suspension block. So that resets the entire premium discount matrix. Yes, in theory, from low to high, we are entering in a premium. Not even in theory, on the chart in price action. That would be a premium. In theory, it's a discount. That's the important thing to remember. So we trust it as any discount would. That's the breakaway gap. And it worked out beautifully. We missed, oh wait, no, we got the swing low actually. Equal lows count. Let's see if we get swing high exit. Equal highs count too. Swing low, swing high. No, that doesn't count though. All right, we're done there. A little longer day, but patience pays. The 2 quick scalps. I mean, we don't even get the huge range, but profit nonetheless. It's the beauty of it. First entry, quick recap for the day. As we ran into the buy side, we had, or we really just wanted to see, right, what is price going to show us. Closure above, immediate negation. Closure above again, negated as well. So already we were expecting price to not want to just run through the buy side. We then run the short-term high while still holding the range. And then break structure, right? So clear-cut YouTube framework there. Aside from that, we had the new day opening gap anchored perfectly there. So we had really no hesitation to enter. We were going to wait for closure below the volume imbalance, but once we understood price would move more quickly, we just enter there. We got pretty good slippage though, so we actually got entered right on the fair value gap. Perfectly. We get short there. We were aiming for the first presented, just barely fell short, unfortunately. But we were able to partial first, and then we get stop and profit here. Price then continues to run, some funky candles in between that. Ultimately, though, we trust it's going to stay bullish, so as we anchor the order block there, that's what we use. 1 minute fair value gap, swing low as the protected low. Entry right on the OB. Once again, positive slippage. Stop loss got real close, but we trust it. Held nicely. Acceleration into the exit. And now maybe pullback, but really no need to try to call the top, right? So we would just expect something like this to hold. It's a pretty typical, pretty easy day as far as delivery. It's just all bullish. So just trust that until proven wrong. So if re-entry would be there, and then you look for that external range. And then for me, that would kind of be like final exit, right? Because then we're back at all-time highs now. If we want to run cool, but we don't really have any targets, right? So that would be like where I would cash out for the day. And then we could expect a large pullback. Because in reality, let's clear all this real quick. This becomes pretty juicy buy to sell model now, especially because these wicks aren't real. So let's actually use MES because that's going to be more specific. As far as structure, right, we're looking at something like this. A lot of lows here. Even there's swing low. Right, so none of these lows have been cleared. Low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Wicked some here, but in the actual parent range, that's the actual low, right, for structure. So an actual structure, not one swing low has been cleared, which is why it was easy to trust that. But at the same time now, right, it would make sense to fall back on that. Start coming for some of these lows. But we'll let price play out this afternoon, see what happens. Appreciate you guys hanging out this morning. A little slow at first, but it pays off in the end. As far as tomorrow, we're going to have, let's check news real quick. All right, same old. So we'll come back at the same time. Tomorrow, we actually will do it on YouTube. I'll wake up earlier and get it all set up. So do that. Plan to be on YouTube tomorrow morning. I'll send out the link before the stream starts. But until then, be safe, everybody. Have yourselves a good afternoon. And we'll talk again tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys then.